what's going on, guys? It is Foxy298 here. Welcome back to a brand new episode of SBRL for you guys today here on the channel. Today, we are here for round number 3 at the Japanese Grand Prix, and we also got round number 4 at the German Grand Prix. And the main reason for me doing 2 in 1 is A, it allows me to catch up on the series and get back to where I want to be with the entire SBRL upload schedule. And B, the Japanese Grand Prix didn't really have a lot of action in it, and I really just, if I made the Japanese Grand Prix one video, it would be a waste of time. So I'm going to be putting 2 into 1. Hopefully you guys don't mind that. Obviously, if there are some races that don't have entertainment, I am going to do it like that. But as we go into qualifying for the Japanese Grand Prix, we start things off with a pretty decent lap there as we then try and go past Reese, who is just on his slowdown lap. I did try and go for another lap again. It just didn't work out. Overall in qualifying though, here at Suzuka, I just didn't hook up the perfect lap. That's pretty much my biggest problem. You can see it pretty much here. This is kind of a summary of my qualifying session. Heading in towards turn 1 now, you can see we get a very, very nice run. Probably the best run I could have hoped for through there. Getting onto the curb very nicely there. Going through this middle sector now. Got onto the curb. Car felt unstable. Didn't quite have the stability that I needed. Got flustered. Went onto the gravel. Was already 3/10 up on my best lap. And I completely screwed it up. And my best lap was eventually a 129.2. But I have when I was doing practice, you can see Hayden gets pole there with a 27.9. I own the same with Hayden. I can get 27s quite comfortably. So I was really frustrated that I just didn't get my lap together. That's exactly what it was. And it was really, really frustrating. We're on the grid now, starting P5 here for the Japanese Grand Prix. 5 red lights and it's lights out. Here we go here to start the Japanese Grand Prix. Good start from us, actually. Not a good start for Golden Fast, who's on the medium tyres. And as you can see here, Robin makes contact there with Epic Boss as they go in towards turn 1. We've also had a bit of contact there between myself and Chips. And actually, Chips has got the move done there. Good start from Chips. Reese as well has actually got passes. He's now gets forced wide by Chips there. And I think I've been hit at the back as well. A little bit of chaos going on behind there as we now get past Reese eventually, and we're back up into 5th place. He does have a little look there in the S section, but I sort of just cover that off. As you can see now, we've got Golden Fast dropping back as we've now got Tominator versus Chips versus Robin straight ahead. So we've got a lot of fighting going on here between these lot now as we go in towards the first Degner and now into the second Degner, and we're all okay. But Chips actually runs a little bit wide there, and that's pretty much just a free over invitation there for me to go past Chips now as we go in towards the hairpin here. I actually broke a little bit late. I didn't mean to break so late, but fair play to Pro Tominator. I actually went to the inside line, and if Tominator didn't actually have the reactions and the respect for my move, he could have just slammed the door shut and we could have taken each other out, and that would have been all my fault. That he gave the room, he gave the respect there, and that was a completely unintentional move. I was not attempting to go for the attack on Tominator. I aimed to break late and move towards the inside to cover off Chips and to put him back onto the outside line, because I didn't want him to come back at me. Onto lap 3 of the Grand Prix now though, and we've built up a little bit of a comfortable gap behind us, but we still haven't got past Robin, and if I'm going to try and challenge Hayden up front, I've got to pass Robin. And now we're on the attack here. Purple middle sector, 130R we go through. I ain't going to go for it here. And in towards the chicane again. Robin sort of covering the inside line, sort of dart to have a look if the inside was there. Knew it wasn't there, so I sort of just played my cards safe. And I thought, let's just get a good exit. And on the pit straight here, you can see we're in overtake mode. Rich mixture. We've got DRS as well enabled. In the section with Robin. He goes to the inside line, goes defensive there. But we've just got so much more speed on the straights that we can just get past Robin nice and easily. Up into 2nd place now. Robin may have had a little look there. Very harsh track limit warning there. But we do get a track limit warning nonetheless. And Hayden now is around about 2-3 seconds clear out front. So we've now got to try and reduce that gap if we possibly can. It's going to be difficult to do so, but we're going to just have a little look now and see what we can do with Hayden and just try our best to close that gap to him now as Robin has had a problem. On to lap 9 of the Grand Prix. It's again another harsh track warning limits, but obviously I can't do much about that. We're coming into the pits now for our first stop of the Grand Prix, and we're going on to a set of the medium tyres. I dropped back from Hayden. You see the gap is 8.5 seconds. Of course, we came into the pits, so take away about 2-3 seconds. That was about 5.5 seconds, so around about that sort of time period. But I was having a lot of problems, and I just decided to pit and go for medium tyres. I already had a time penalty this stage. Hayden didn't. And also, in that first stint, I was very much hampered because I had some issues with my thumb. I genuinely, I do not know what it is. It was just consistently twitching, and I literally could not actually control it. But I'm not making that as an excuse. It only affected me in one corner, which is coming up now. But Hayden here is now going around the outside of Starlight Glimmer, or tried to. Now, Starlight Glimmer started on soft tyres, and he actually stayed out on the soft tyres. Now, this right-hander here that we're going through now, this is where my twitchy-ass thumb came into play, and it just meant that all I had to do is, it just meant that I had to put like constant extra steering in. I couldn't do it all in one clean motion. A lot of people on controller, you sort of see them flick the left or right stick constantly to turn into a corner. whereas people that have played on it a lot can just do it in one easy flow and keep hold of their thumb, whereas my thumb was twitching, so I sort of had to do the left stick, right stick thing. It didn't really cost me that much time, maybe a little bit on some laps, but now as you can see, on the back of Starlight Glimmer here, now, it's a little bit of a worrying move for myself. I already saw straight away that he was having, the connection wasn't brilliant for Starlight, and I needed to make sure that I wasn't involved in any accidents, because I wanted to keep the pressure on Hayden. Now, Hayden's on soft tyres. He managed to make it sick. That was really close between myself and Starlight Glimmer. You see the gap is 1.7 seconds, but Hayden is on the soft tyres. I'm on the medium tyres, and Hayden pitted a couple of laps later. So he made the strategy work. And what I mean that there was nothing else that happened in this race, genuinely nothing else happened in this race. The gap between me and Hayden stuck at around about 2.5 seconds for the entire Grand Prix. It never got any bigger than that in the middle stint. Eventually then on the last lap, both me and Hayden absolutely blasted for it. And across the line, I actually finished 0.4 of a second behind Hayden. So in theory, I did actually have more pace. But of course, Hayden I don't think was really pushing that hard. And I had 9 seconds worth of time penalties. Credit to Hayden, he didn't have a single penalty. So there was absolutely no point in me even bothering to attack Hayden. Like, what was that? I don't believe I could have pulled out 9 seconds on him, if I'm perfectly honest, which is why I decided to do the sensible thing, and I just sat back and just left it. But now we move on to the German Grand Prix, and this was the race that I was really just wanted. This was absolutely amazing, which is why we're going to be viewing it now. But as you can see then, for the first time in SBRL, for my division anyway, we're going to be in intermediate conditions for qualifying. It was set to be a dry race, but it's going to be intermediate tyres for the qualifying session nonetheless. First time we've experienced it. Now, as you can see, first off on my lap here, this is my very first lap. We're going through towards the stadium section, and automatically Irish Gamer there just completely gets in my way. He was off track to let drivers through, and then he just decided to just jump back onto the track and just get completely into my pathway, and that was my lap over with. I couldn't do anything about it, and I broke my front wing. Next lap then that we come across the line here, we're giving it absolutely everything now to try and beat Hayden's 122.1, and we're 4/100ths of a second shy on that lap, but I made a lot of mistakes on that lap, and I knew that there was a good half second to even a second I could find on that lap. If I just get it right, I can find the time, and this is when I was really comfortable that my qualifying was going to come to its own in towards turn 1. Never mind, in the invalid lap time, exceeded track limits. So yeah, we're not going to be beating that lap time, and once again, my phone is buzzing. And yet again, my qualifying was ruined, and it's something that I've really now noticed I really need to work on. Sure, we're starting in P3 for the race, but it appears that I'm making too many mistakes in qualifying. But in the race, we do really, really well, so let's just continue onwards then. So for the Grand Prix itself, the one stop is the plan. We're going to go from soft tyres to the medium tyres, go to the end of the race. However, I did decide to select a 2-stop strategy as a backup. Now, I remember in China, Chips, he did a 2-stop, soft, soft, ultra soft. And he actually, if he didn't have the lag connection problem with Hayden, he would have finished 2nd place. And it was a really good strategy. So I decided I'm going to do the soft medium stint nonetheless. But if I do want to change and do what Chips did, I've got the option to do it. So you can see it's going to be about 1.8 seconds slower, but the selected strategy is there, and I've got a customized one as well if I want to. So yeah, I've kind of got freedom of choice really, so it's cool. But we'll just have to see where we go from there then as we head on to the start of the Grand Prix. Now we're going to be up onto the grid. Now we've got 4, now 5 red lights here for the start of the German Grand Prix, and it's lights out. Here we go here to start the German Grand Prix. Good start from Hayden, very good start from us though. We get a great start off the line, but unfortunately Finnell on the inside, I had to give him the room, I had to brake a little bit as well there, and Spittles now behind me, has gone in front of me now, and the safety car has been deployed. So for the first time in this series, we actually have a safety car in SBRL here at round 4 as Justice Line retires from the session, and that is probably why. And we're going to have a look at why this actually caused a massive chaotic crash. So, lights out and away we go for the start of the race. Now, as we get underway, you can see there that automatically the Sauber is hit, and also Spittles behind me gets the move done. Now, I had to look at many different replays and lots of angles, and you can see there a disappearing car. It was a 100% lag issue start, so there was lots of crashes, and you can see that Justice Line goes back into the back of Epic Muncher and breaks off his own wing there. I had a look at everything. It was 100% a lag incident, and obviously that's a little bit of a shame. We get back underway though with our racing. Tominator actually went into the back of my car and broke his front wing, so he has to pit now. And there's a couple of drivers, there's a lot in the pits actually, as we've now got the top 4 flying through. Finnell there on his debut for SBRL this way. Same with Spittles actually. Spittles is in Division 2, but we decided to promote him up into Division 1, and he's already running up into 3rd place. So really strong start from the two beginners here of Finnell and also Spittles. So they might be some brand new rivals along the way. I forgot to say that here for the German Grand Prix. You've got Finnell debuting, we've got Spittles debuting, we've also got Dr. Chemistry as well debuting, who's down in P9 at the moment. As Finnell now goes for an attack on Hayden in towards the hairpin corner, and he makes this one stick. Lovely overtake there from the man himself as he now goes down the inside there. And also myself now trying to have a little look at everybody here. I've gone down the inside of Spittles, but Finnell got a really rough exit, and that's a free overtake for myself now, as also Spittles goes past Finnell. So Finnell already on the back foot, but now Spittles runs wide, and Finnell claims the position back, and he's up into 3rd place once again, as Hayden there goes a little bit wide, and that actually gave him a 3-second time penalty, which was fair. It was all 4 wheels off the track. As we now continue on with that, and obviously Hayden was lagging a little bit there, so he gained a little bit of time on myself as I sort of struggled. I was sort of like, where is he actually on the track? But you can see that we've got 3.5 laps of fuel on board. We've also got lots of ERS because this is our first proper lap here of actual racing. So this is our chance to basically get into the groove and also get some heat into the tyres, because we don't actually have any yet. This is the fast lap set for myself, 118.3, as we now blast our way through turn 1. Lap 5 to start lap 6 of the Grand Prix. The gap between myself and Hayden is very close. 4/10 of a second. DRS is now enabled. That was a corner cutting penalty, or warning anyway. Turn 1 caused me so many issues in this Grand Prix. As we now go down the insides here in towards this complex of corners now, we're on the back of Hayden. We're doing a very good job actually to stick with Hayden in this phase of the race. And now that we've got DRS on board with ourselves, we might just be able to have an attack here on Hayden, and we're going to do just that now as Golden Fast sets the fastest lap of the race so far. But we now go towards the outside line here and go down the inside of Hayden to make it into the lead of the Grand Prix. That is P1 for now, and that is a great stuff. Great overtake there, and we've managed to overtake our rival Hayden. And of course, Hayden is currently, as things stand, leading the Drivers' Championship. Of course, I showed you the Drivers' Championship at the Japanese Grand Prix when I went through the standings bit. Obviously, at the moment, he is out front. So I need to beat Hayden today in order to close back up in the championship, or even get back into the lead of the championship now. As we go through into the stadium section here, Hayden behind myself, Spittles, has also got his way past Finnell. So it's a McLaren 2-3 at the moment. And we come on through now here in towards the stadium section here, and we go very wide there. Oh, no! That was not part of the script. That really wasn't part of the script at all there, as we've been hitting the side as well. Now Finnell goes past, Spittle goes past, Robin passes, and Hayden does as well. That was just complete lackadaisical, complete misjudgment. I wanted to get some of the curb on the outside there, and yeah, of course, yeah, time penalty as well, just to add to the frustration of things. We also get a time penalty as well in the process. I wanted to get as much curb as possible in the second to last corner to really set myself up for the last corner to try and pull away from Hayden. I just got completely lackadaisical, stupidly lazy, and I tried something and it didn't work. But now we're on the fight back here. I know I've got the pace. I've just got to calm myself down a little bit. And as you can see here, Robin now with a great bit of defensive play here, now trying to defend this 4th place against myself here, as we now go towards the outside here on Robin, in towards the Mercedes-Benz grandstand, and we get the move done here on Robin, but we go out of shape in towards this right-hander, and Robin comes back there, gives us a little bit of a bump there, and fair play, great defending from Robin, very well done, completely stuck with the fight, didn't back down, and is still there in P4, and once again, lap 10 now, we're coming up to the back of Robin, and I now know I've got to pass him. He's just too slow, unfortunately, for me at the moment. But once again, more frustrations were kicking in this stage. I went too deep into the corner. I broke at an appropriate spot, but for some reason, I just did not get the car slowed down in time. Tried to have another look at Robin, then in towards the Mercedes-Benz grandstand, and I just decided to have a little look. But Robin was not flustered at all. And if I went for the late braking move, he would have just gone and shut the door on me. So, yeah. That's not going to happen. In towards turn 1, though, lap 11 of the Grand Prix. And Robin goes, so he's lost the rear end. Robin goes off and he's out of the Grand Prix. And, well, I mean, if that's one way to make an overtake, then I've just done it right there. Because Robin is out of the Grand Prix. Safety car now gets deployed here. And that is the second one of the session. And that's actually a blessing for myself because Hayden's got, what, pretty much the whole straight's advantage over myself. Of course, Hayden might be my rival. And he now has none of it. So that's good for me as we now come into the pits here. For our stop. This is pretty much bang on our pit stop window. Lap 12, I believe, the lap that we're on now was the pit window to come in for a set of mediums. So we are going to do just that. Get into this, get a fresh set of tyres on, and we go again. As Spittles here, he actually got held up because Hayden came into the pits first, but luckily for Spittles, he just about got out in front of me there. I was a little bit angry. I was like, God damn it. I wish I got past him in the pit stop, but I didn't nonetheless. As we now continue on our way here, and as we're warming up our tyres here, and is that Hayden? That's Hayden. Hayden's gone through. He's gone for a spin. He's hit the wall. Hayden's gone and hit the wall as we were warming up the tyres. So Hayden just lost it there. I just realised it was Ericsson's fault. It was Ericsson's fault that happened. So Hayden there has been smashed off by Marcus Ericsson, and he's into the wall. And wow, that is massive now for this Grand Prix. I think Hayden has lost his front wing. He has to stop and get that changed, and the safety car is coming in. So he's pretty much just lost a stop now. And that is kind of, unless there's another safety car later on in this Grand Prix, that's race over for Hayden. But there's also something I didn't expect to be saying. It's a Williams 1-2 right now. Finnell is now in the lead of the Grand Prix, where Dart is in second, and Spittles is now third. So, yeah, if you thought this race was crazy, think again, and we're going to get back racing again here on lap 13 of the Grand Prix. No overtaking, and as you can see, really, really difficult as the medium tyres are just not up to temperature, as Dr. Chemistry now is out of the Grand Prix, as well as Ace X Surprise. And, well, there's another track extension warning, and we had so many of those in towards turn 1. I kind of got used to it at this stage now as we go towards this corner here. And Fiddle now, he's gone wide, he's gone a little bit off the track there, and he has done actually, he's gone off the track now to overtake Fiddle as we go around the outside now, and apparently that's an illegal overtake for attacking Fiddle. Yeah. Thanks, game. Never mind. Straight away then, we're going to continue on the attack though as Spittles and Web Dart, they go deep in towards this corner now, and well, thank you very much. I mean, I'll just take all those places from everybody, from 4th up to 1st, straight away, and that is absolutely brilliant as we get a 5-second stop-go penalty for the illegal overtake on Finnell. I can confirm that illegal overtake on Finnell, the penalty was removed. It was not an illegal overtake. Finnell went off the track and rejoined the track, and we went past him. So Finnell also, Hayden had a 5-second stop-go penalty for an illegal overtake on Finnell. It was when he dove down the inside. When I made the overtake on Spittles, and then I got past Finnell as well on the very first safety car restart, Hayden got a 5-second stop-go penalty for illegal overtake, even though he didn't get overtaken. And obviously I also got one as well. So both me and Hayden at the end of this Grand Prix had our 5-second stop-go penalties removed because I removed them myself. But now onto lap 19 of the Grand Prix here, we've built a gap over the rest of the field, but Golden Fast and Spittles now are on my back here as Golden Fast moves over extremely aggressively there. We bumped the back of Golden Fast and we've taken end plate damage there. So Golden Fast was actually pressurizing myself as well as Spittles, and I decided just to let Golden Fast through. I wasn't going to fight him, but Golden Fast went over aggressively onto my side of the track there, and I was already braking later anyway. He broke earlier, and as he was braking, he moved to my side of the track. I got flustered. If I turned right, I was going to hit him. If I turned left, I was on the grass, so I lost control. I did try and get a penalty. I did send this to the investigation for that move. I personally still think it's a penalty as of now, but it was deemed a no penalty. I put it in the Discord because obviously I make the penalties. I'm the steward in this division. Obviously, is this an incident involving me? I put the video in the Discord, let you guys decide, and you guys decided that was not a penalty, and we stick by that. So I was still a bit frustrated, but I just had to get on with it. Now, Spittles here also got the move done on myself, and obviously with me having front wing damage, I was struggling. I only found out, though, that at the end of the race that Spittles also had front wing damage for pretty much the entire Grand Prix. And he never decided to get it changed. I'm not sure why he didn't get it changed in the pit stop under the safety car, but he decided against it. Fair play to him, but he didn't want to get it changed, and that's respect to him. So, really, I was wondering why I was keeping up so well with Spittles in this stage of the Grand Prix. And this was why, because we both actually had front wing damage, and Golden Fast really was not pulling away that much. Like, from lap 19 when he made that move, 10 laps later, the gap is only 6 seconds, so really, me and Spittles have got some incredible pace here, and Spittles goes deep into the hairpin, and we spot that. Have a little look at Spittles there, but we just don't get the drive that we need out of that corner, and we'll just have to sit back. But again, a little bit of a warning now, as Spittles starts to struggle a little bit more than me in this stage of the race, and now I'm starting to feel like second place could be on the cards, because I knew that at this stage of the race, I knew that my 5-second stop-go penalty was going to get removed, because everybody, even Finnell, who was racing, said that both of those were stupid and that they should be removed, so it was on his call as well. So I knew that I had 5 seconds in hand. Now, at this stage, I also thought Golden Fast would have a penalty because of the incident between myself and him. I was thinking, right, let me just get a gap and stop fighting as much, because I know that Golden Fast could get a penalty. Obviously, it turned out in the end that he didn't, but at this stage of the Grand Prix, whilst I was thinking now, I'm like, right, 5 seconds is going to get removed. If Golden Fast gets a penalty, that could be up to 8, maybe 10 seconds that I can have gained back in terms of my gap between myself and Golden Fast. Let's not continue fighting Spittles too hard so that we lose the gap to Golden Fast. And now we get onto the DRS here, rich mix and overtake mode. I've decided now the time to get onto the back of Golden Fast is now. If I've got pace, let's start using it. We're now going to go down the inside here. Oh, Spittles, a very late braking move there. A little bit of a bumpy move there. A little bit of a barge, but I had to get it done. And we're up back into second place now. Lap 30 of the Grand Prix, 5 to go. And this was a really stressful race. This really tested me, this Grand Prix. It was one of the most testing races I've ever had in my entire time playing Formula 1. And I absolutely loved it. Lap 32 of the Grand Prix now. Golden Fast is now just up the road. He's actually spun. About 2 laps ago, he spun at the second to last corner. And he's done just that again, look. Golden Fast has lost the rear end. His tyres have gone off. He now goes through. Spittles is now going to try and get onto the back of him as well. Awful stuff for Golden Fast, and that, well, that's just a free overtake for myself as we now try and blast onwards here. You can see we're now up into the lead of the Grand Prix, but Golden Fast is under pressure now from Spittles in second place. This is so close. You can see how everybody is. You can see, look as well, don't count out Finnell just yet. He's only 4.9 behind all of us three up top. There he is in the back of your shot as we now go towards Golden Fast here. He's got DRS on myself, but Spittles, he's much closer to Golden Fast. He should definitely get this one done now as we go up towards the hairpin corner now. As you can see here, Spittles goes towards the inside line, and that is a comfortable move done for Spittles, but Golden Fast holds it around the outside, and this is all the while just allowing me to just get away ever so creepily up in the distance as Spittles now really tries to attack Golden Fast. He's going to go to the outside line in towards the stadium section, and he does it really well done from Spittles. They still go at it. Golden Fast has lost the rear contact made between the two drivers there. Luckily, they did not spin out. They could have literally wiped each other out and had a massive crash there, but as you can see now, Spittles in towards the stadium section now, gets past Golden Fast with a fabulous bit of battling there between those two drivers, and Golden Fast there once again has lost the rear of his car, and he's now off into the gravel trap, and that is him pretty much race over. His tyres are done, he's overheated them, he's now got dirt and gravel on them, and Finnell might just get a podium in this Grand Prix. What a race we have had so far, as Spittles gets another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings as we continue on our way out in the lead. 1.7 seconds separates myself and Spittles as we continue to try and press onwards at the front, but now it's on towards Golden Fast and also LIX Finnell. Now Finnell, of course, is racing for the first time in SBRL, and he is now on the back of Golden Fast here. They now go towards the hairpin corner here, and it's a little bit too far back here to really do anything, but he's going to try it actually. Golden Fast, okay, that was a little bit too much there from Finnell, and he actually completely misjudged that one, and he lets Golden Fast through straight away. So good sportsmanship there from Finnell. He lets him through, but meanwhile, back at the front, here's where I'm still around. I'm now in the lead of the Grand Prix. I was in the lead at the start of the race. I bottled it and threw it away. I was in the lead again, and Golden Fast overtook me. And now I'm back in it again. 3 times I've now led this Grand Prix, and for the final time now, round the final 2 corners, braking down into 4th gear and making sure that I just get it all right round the final corner to come through to win on track the German Grand Prix. Of course, time penalties were added, but I will show you how the classification will look at the end of the Grand Prix there. Spittles didn't actually beat me because of his time penalties, but as you can see that on the podium, so Golden Fast on track, in the game, sorry, took the race win ahead of Finnell and then ahead of myself. Now, when we go to the final race results that you'll see here, my stop-go penalty for the overtake on Finnell was removed, so obviously it added 5 seconds onto my lap, or to my race, so I removed that, and also Hayden's 5 seconds got removed as well. So you'll be able to see them now when we get underway here and have a look at the race results. So as you can see then, you can see I got 17 seconds of penalties, and we managed to finish 4.994 seconds behind Golden Fast at the checkered flag. Removing the 5-second stop-go penalty that I had means that I won the race by 6/1000ths of a second, time penalties aside. Overall, I should have had 12 seconds worth of time penalties, but overall, I had 17. Remove that time penalty that I had, and I win by 6/1000ths of a second ahead of Golden Fast, and then Fiddle 1.2 behind. Now, as you can see already on your screens, we are at the Drivers' Championship. So where do things stand after round 4? So I am now in the lead of the World Drivers' Championship. Once again, I've now re-overtaken Hayden, and I am now on 83 points with a 100% podium record. And that will probably maintain itself until like Monaco when I crash. Then we've got Hayden in second place. He's 12 points behind after finishing in P5 in this Grand Prix. And then it is Golden Fast on 55 points, just 28 points back from myself in the lead. Starlight Glimmer is in 4th in Championship ahead of Robin, and then Epic Muncher. Epic Boss couldn't make it for today's race in Germany, but he made it for Japan, and he is in 7th. And it's Irish Gamer Finnell, after one race, is already in 9th in the Championship. And then we've got Justice Lime ahead of Protominator. Chips Spittles is in 13th ahead of Web Dart. The Gallifrey War, Ace X Surprise ahead of Dr. Chemistry, Reese, Big Abdullah, and then also Phantom Wizard. But anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed this episode of SBRL, feel free to drop a like, subscribe if you're new around here as well. And I will see you guys for the next race, which is the Canadian Grand Prix. And I'll hopefully be trying to get these out now every Wednesday, so you'll be able to see them the day after rather than waiting a week or so. Yeah, I'll see you guys for that next episode very, very soon. Take care all. Thanks for watching. Peace.